We can now authoritatively confirm that Sergio Perez's time as a Red Bull driver is all but over after a disappointing 2024 campaign. What's more, his replacement has already been chosen, and it is none other than his arch-enemy, Liam Lawson. But this development is not completely settled as Yuki Tsunoda goes berserk. The Japanese is now considering other options after what he feels was a betrayal. On this episode, we will discuss how Perez's poor outing denied Red Bull staffs their Christmas bonuses. And lastly, it's not all bad news as Perez secures new seat. Welcome to Front Lockout. The just concluded 2024 season was surely one to forget for Perez. Despite surprising the motorsport world with a 2-year contract extension in the summer of 2023, Perez's results fell short of expectations. In the 2024 World Championship standings, Perez could only manage an underwhelming 8th place, trailing Verstappen by a staggering 285 points. Moreover, the disappointing result has cost the team significant financial rewards in terms of prize money and marketing value for 2025, while also directly impacting the rank and file employees as annual bonuses are affected by the team's final position. Speaking to DAZN after the race, Red Bull's advisor Helmut Marko had this to say about the development. We have to have 2 drivers who finish in the points. Max is more than 200 points ahead of Sergio in the driver standings. For our employees, it is a disappointment because they will not receive their bonuses as they depend on our position in the Constructors' Championship. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix summed up Perez's underwhelming season, and it turned out to be the final race. Valtteri Bottas made contact with Perez going into the first stage of the race, and he was forced to retire. Perez was evidently downbeat after the race in Abu Dhabi, but his stance has always been that he won't be leaving Red Bull anytime soon. But fate, it seems, had other ideas. Speaking on Canal Plus, our renowned sports journalist Julian Febro confirmed that a decision on Perez's future and who will replace him has now been made after the team management held a meeting last week. Talking about the situation at the outfit, Febro began, "We can now confirm that Sergio Perez will no longer be driving for Red Bull next year," he further revealed. "The decision has been made. We're confirming what we told you. It will be announced by the end of the week. Liam Lawson will be driving alongside Max Verstappen at Red Bull next year. It's a logical choice for the Austrian team," Febro concluded. The breaking news has also been confirmed by Sky Germany. Once the season concluded, there were only 2 logical choices to replace Perez if Red Bull were going to show him the exit door. Yuki Tsunoda is by far the most experienced of the 2 current drivers at Red Bull's sister team RB, with 4 full seasons of F1 under his belt. Liam Lawson only has 11 starts to his name. In the same vein, Tsunoda was the one who drove for Red Bull in the post-season test in Abu Dhabi, while Lawson remained with the junior squad. Hence, anyone can be easily forgiven for predicting that Perez's seat in the cockpit belonged to none other than Tsunoda. So why did Red Bull ignore Tsunoda to crown the relatively inexperienced Lawson as heir apparent to Verstappen? The answer to that is rather tricky. Rumours swirl that Red Bull's team principal, Christian Horner, has had concerns about Tsunoda for some time, even if he did impress in his post-season test with the team. Tsunoda's contribution was described as excellent by Red Bull, but he's reportedly not Horner or Marko's preferred candidate. Horner and Marko have both purportedly wanted to promote Lawson since the season ended, but needed to discuss the matter with the team's shareholders after the race in Abu Dhabi. However, the biggest headache Red Bull undoubtedly faces at the moment isn't so much in deciding who is best for the 2025 season, as pretty much anybody will mark a step up from the current arrangement, but in who could potentially replace Verstappen in the future. It's with this in mind that it's Lawson, not Tsunoda. But on the flip side of that, not promoting Tsunoda will likely spell the end of the Japanese driver's desire to continue with Red Bull beyond his current contract, with Tsunoda already showing plenty of frustration about the fact his name hasn't been a factor for Red Bull for most of this season. Being overlooked in favour of someone with only half a season's experience will most likely see Tsunoda quickly scrambling for exit options. Only time will tell if he does. The just confirmed significant shake-up will see Lawson partnering 4-time world champion Max Verstappen from the 2025 F1 season, as Red Bull looks to maintain its dominance and stability after an inconsistent constructors campaign in 2024. Marko had been vocal about the team's future direction, hinting for months that a change was on the horizon. With Perez unable to provide the desired consistency, Red Bull's focus shifted to developing and promoting its young talents. Known for his aggressive yet composed driving style, Lawson has steadily climbed the ranks and earned the confidence of Red Bull's leadership. The young New Zealander first burst onto the scene during the 2023 season, when he filled in for the injured Daniel Ricciardo at the Dutch Grand Prix. Driving for Red Bull's sister team, Lawson impressed fans and pundits alike with his composure, adaptability, and overtaking ability. In his brief 6-race stint in 2023, Lawson managed to score 4 points, demonstrating his ability to compete at the highest level despite limited preparation and experience. His fearless performances made it clear that he had the potential to thrive in Red Bull's high-pressure environment. Red Bull has always been known for its aggressive driver development strategy, and Lawson's promotion fits perfectly with the team's long-term vision. Marco made it clear at the end of the 2023 season that Lawson was guaranteed a seat in one of Red Bull's 2 teams for 2024. The big question was whether he would remain with the rebranded Racing Bulls team or move up to the senior squad alongside Verstappen. With Perez's struggles continuing, Lawson's steady progress was the deciding factor. Red Bull see the 22-year-old as the perfect complement to Verstappen, someone young, hungry, and able to perform under immense pressure. For Lawson, stepping into Perez's seat won't be a bed of roses, as it comes with an immense responsibility. The role of Verstappen's teammate at Red Bull is widely regarded as one of the toughest in motorsport. The Dutchman's dominance means that Lawson will have to perform at an exceptionally high level, while dealing with the pressure of driving for a championship-winning team. However, Lawson's impressive performances during his substitute appearances in 2023 suggest he is up to the challenge. So, what comes next for Perez then? Perez's departure from Red Bull raises questions about his future in Formula One. While his departure marks the end of a difficult chapter, Perez remains an experienced driver with multiple race wins to his name. Perez is an asset who can provide leadership and valuable experience. Potential options for Perez could include midfield teams, but he is unlikely to get a seat next year. In this case, it would be in his interest to remain a reserve with the team, while also putting in advertisement shift for the team in Latin America. Alternatively, a move outside of F1, perhaps to other motorsport categories such as IndyCar or endurance racing. But it is not all over for the Mexican as Perez plans a spectacular comeback. Spanish news outlet Marca Motor has reported that he is in advanced talks to join the Ferrari hypercar program. Details of the deal includes racing for 4 to 5 races, but it is reported that Perez wants more of the action. The Mexican will reportedly race in the 24 Hours of Le Mans as well. All this is done in order to keep him in top shape should a team come calling. Perez and Cadillac have reportedly opened negotiations for 2026. It is also rumoured that Perez will remain with Red Bull as an ambassador in a non-racing role. But we will like to hear your thoughts on this one. Do you think Red Bull has made the right call by picking Lawson ahead of the more experienced Tsunoda? This is Front Lockout, signing off.